here today. I'm Bre Olinger with Lvnding, and today I am joined by the lovely Pauline Herr.
Hello, everyone.
So this is actually a really exciting episode because it is the first episode of a sub-series that Lvnding is starting on our podcast that features women in the industry by women in the industry. So really excited to have you on today. So thanks for
I'm
being
excited
here.
to be here.
Awesome. So I was really excited when the opportunity to interview you presented itself because you were described as this woman in the industry that is on a mission to like redefine what it means to be a woman in the industry. So could you maybe touch on that a little bit more?
I guess I've always kind of like noticed that women don't get a ton of like recognition in the industry and stuff. And just like as I kind of started working more in the music industry and stuff, I tried to like push for more attention on that just because I don't know, it's definitely lacking quite a bit. So like with my releases and stuff, I produce and write and record and mix all my own stuff. So I make sure to like say that whenever I release stuff, just because people tend to like assume that someone else is doing the work if it's a woman.
Definitely.
Also with like festival lineups and stuff like that, I feel like women were pretty underrepresented in the past. It's definitely, I can see a little bit of a shift now, which is awesome, but hoping to see a little more of that as time goes on. But yeah, I think we're headed in the right direction now, but definitely still a
Absolutely.
lot of work to do.
For sure. I think it is really cool now to be in a position where women are getting a little bit more attention and like being
Right,
recognized as these strong people in the industry versus just like, oh, it's just a girl, like she doesn't know what she's doing, you know?
right,
So it's
exactly.
cool. I feel like we are moving in the right direction, which is it's really nice.
100%. Mhm.
Have you like personally faced any challenges with that, or is it just something that you've recognized within the industry?
I've definitely faced some challenges. Just like I do a lot of production stuff, and when I do like a collab with someone that I produce as well instead of just vocals, people kind of just assume that I just did vocals, even if I like say it a million times that I was part of the production. I have to really be clear about that. And just like I don't know, working as a vocalist, people kind of don't like pay attention to the vocalists too much. They kind of just like attach a song to the producer that made it when in reality like the song just like wouldn't exist without the vocal.
Ah,
um that's about it off the top of my head. It's been cool to get a lot of like show offers and stuff. I haven't done my own show yet, but I'm playing a few festivals this year, which will be fun. Yeah, that's all I can think of really.
that's super exciting. Does it feel like it's kind of like, oh my gosh, like I'm on my way to making it, like getting these show offers and stuff? Like, how
Right,
does that feel for you?
it's pretty surreal because I've definitely had this dream since I started doing music. I didn't think it would happen so soon because I barely know how to DJ, but I've been practicing like every day and pretty excited. I have about like 5 festivals this year, which is pretty sick. I'm
Oh,
excited.
that's so exciting. What a nice
Mhm.
milestone. So,
Definitely.
how long have you been in music? Like how long have you been in the scene or just involved in music in some way?
It's been about 4 years now. I got my start like uh, during college. I was in college for nursing in like 2016, I think. And then I just like wasn't enjoying it and would always just kind of spend time in my dorm room working on music. And then I just kind of one day decided to drop out and apply to this music school called Icon Collective.
Yeah.
It's like a not EDM production school necessarily, but like basically like a music production boot camp. You learn pretty much everything you need to know about making music, like writing vocals, recording stuff, working with other artists, the business, and stuff like that. So I went there for a year in 2017, I think, and then graduated in 2018. And I've just been in LA kind of cranking out tunes since then.
That's so awesome. It's kind of cool that you had that moment where you were like, no, this isn't what I want to
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
Like, I'm
It
gonna
was
switch.
it was like a gut thing for me because I've always loved like just music in general, and I don't know, I was really inspired by shows and stuff that I went to. I was always like, I want to be up there. So
That's
it's really
awesome.
cool.
I feel like also in music, it kind of has to be an all or nothing thing. You either like put
Definitely.
your all into it
Yeah,
or you're not gonna make it.
definitely. Yeah, it's tough, but it's fun and very rewarding once you like get that milestone that you've been trying to hit and
Good. Did you
pushes
have
you.
like one moment at a festival where you were like, oh, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life?
I think probably when I went to this festival called Somerset in Wisconsin, where I'm from. And I think it was when R.L. Grime was playing. I was just like, this is so cool, like all the lights and stuff, and just, I don't know, everyone just having a good ass time in the crowd. So I think that was like the moment I was like, wow, that would be really cool to do. So very excited to be up
That's
there doing that.
That's so awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So I want to talk about you just released a collaborative EP with some
Mhm.
other amazing talents.
Mhm.
Um, uh, which by the way, East Bridge is an amazing track. I
Thank
think I
you.
account for
That's my
like,
baby.
oh, it's so good. I'm pretty sure I account for like 20,000 of those streams,
Love
but
to hear that.
so I want to hear kind of, it was created in the midst of the pandemic, correct?
Yes.
So
We started it, I think, in like January.
oh wow. Okay, so tell me a little bit about like that collaborative process. Was it difficult for everyone to be at a distance, or was it kind of just like typical? Like, tell me a little bit more about that.
It was actually pretty easy. I personally like I love working from home. I'm not too much of like a studio head kind of girl, but it was really nice. We just basically all started one track on our own, and then we had like a bunch of folders with the different songs, and we would trade the projects, and then like add each of our own little touch to everything. So it was really cool to kind of hear everything evolve once you like got the project back. Those guys are so talented, so I was always like blown away. But yeah, that was really easy. Honestly, probably easier than meeting up in person, because you have to like plan that and stuff. And with this, we could kind of just work on it whenever and then trade it every week. And I think it only took like 3 weeks or something of trading projects, and then we were at a point where we were like, I don't know if I can add anything more to this, so we just got them all mixed and mastered and sent them off.
That's awesome. That sounds like a really cool process.
Mhm.
Obviously, you guys were all like very into the project, so does it feel
Definitely.
good to finally have it out?
Oh yeah, we finished them I think in like February, so we had been sitting on them for a while. So it was nice to get those out finally, but still in love with all of them. Usually I kind of get sick of stuff after a bit that I worked on myself, but this one I kind of like. I'm still vibing with it, so it's pretty
Good. That's
special.
important.
Mhm.
Was this your first like EP or first releases where it was just you on production, like you weren't on vocals or anything as well?
Right. Well, I did do some little vocal stuff
Yeah.
on this one, but in the past, I have done one other like production and vocal collab with my friend Vincent. He's an amazing artist as well. Was a lot of fun working with him on that. But other than that, most people don't really like hit me up for production stuff. Now they kind of do a little more, but most people are just looking for vocals, which I'm not doing too much anymore, just because it is a little bit like the industry's still. I don't really get a lot of recognition when I just do that.
For
So
sure.
mostly just focusing on my own project, which seems to be doing all right.
That's good. Does it feel really nice to be like actually recognized as a producer now? Like since that's what
Definitely.
you're working towards?
Definitely, but I'm definitely still running into some like people that just think I did vocals on this last EP, which kind of sucks. But the people that know me know that I did some production. But I definitely try to make it clear to people that don't know me that I was a producer. So if like someone says, "Oh, the vocals on this are really cool, like good job to Paulina," and they like don't say anything about the production, I'll always make sure to be like, "Yeah, I actually did some production on this as well."
Good for
So
you. Let the people know.
yeah, exactly.
Awesome. So I know that you have a solo release coming up soon,
I
right?
do,
So
yes.
without giving too much away, what can you tell us about that?
Um, so I wrote this one, it's pretty old now, probably like a year ago. It's about my high school crush. It's more of like a emotional kind of electronic song. The last two I released were the spicy side of me, is what we're calling it. So the EP is actually called Contradictions. So a bunch of the songs are kind of like different sides of me. Like the last one I released was like a hyper pop track, which is like my more fun side, and then the first one was like spicy me, and then the next one that's coming up is kind of like soft me, the emotional stuff that I usually release, and then the full EP is kind of a few more things that are a little different, snippets of my personality and stuff. So very excited to release that. The full EP comes out on, I think, July 30th.
Very exciting. Awesome. Well, I'm really excited for you. That's so
Thank
exciting.
you.
So this is your first like EP all by yourself, right?
I've actually released one other EP, which came out last year in like March, right before the pandemic, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. I can't. This year's been such a blur.
Oh,
But that one was more like a cohesive thing, just kind of like one style throughout. And I definitely have like different tastes that I haven't really showcased yet. So I'm excited for everyone to kind of hear that side of me now.
that's exciting.
Mm.
And then, so you just mentioned that you have your first live performances coming up.
Yes.
Are you feeling nervous, or are you super excited?
Yeah,
Does it
it's a
feel like the hard?
combination.
Yeah, I'm sure. Does it feel
Yeah,
like the hard work is finally starting to pay off?
definitely. Yeah, I've been getting a lot of cool opportunities, which is definitely very grateful for that. And yeah, mostly terrified for these shows. Honestly, I have pretty bad stage anxiety, so it'll be fun though.
Definitely. You just got to picture everyone naked.
Yeah, exactly. The good thing about festivals is everyone's pretty far away though, so those are a lot easier because you can't really like see people's reactions too well. Because that's
Definitely.
what's always scary. Like when I've just done vocal performances with artists that I've worked with, it's always like scary being right there up front with people. I'm like, oh my god.
I'm sure. Well, now you can just like keep your head down at your board, and that's what
Exactly. Yeah,
you just
I'm
have to
just gonna
focus on.
twist some knobs and ignore everyone.
There you go. That's super exciting. All
Mhm.
right. So tell me a little bit more about the typical day in the life of Pauline Herr. You wake up and you're you. What do you do?
Um, Normally, if it's like a normal day that's like productive, I've had a lot of lazy days lately, so I'm not gonna do those. But if I'm like inspired to work on music, I'll usually wake up um, around like 6 or 7. I'm kind of like a grandma. I like to work in the morning when my brain's pretty fresh. So I'll have a coffee probably, or a tea. I actually stopped drinking coffee recently, but just started
For you.
drinking it again. I was like, I kind of need it now.
Oh yeah.
And then sometimes I'll like meditate before that, but haven't done that a lot lately. Need to get back into that. Otherwise, I'll probably just open up Ableton and start working on stuff like right away in the morning, and then either work on stuff for like 4 hours, or if I can't come up with anything, then I'll just listen to music and get inspired and stuff. Play with my dog who is down here.
Aw.
And I like to cook food a lot. I'm super into cooking. That was like another like career idea that I had. Occasionally, like when I was doing music, I kind of like got what is it called? Uh, imposter syndrome, and I would like sometimes want to quit. And my like backup plan was always to be a chef. So that's kind of like my hobby now. When I'm not making music, I kind of try to be creative in the kitchen.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really awesome. What's like your favorite thing to cook?
Oh man, that's tough. I don't cook anything crazy, honestly. I mostly just like vegetable dishes and like rice and chicken stuff, and like salmon. Sweet potato fries are like my shit.
In the air fryer?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
that's my
Oh
favorite.
yeah. So easy. I love the air fryer. Air fryer chicken is also very good. Pretty
That's
much
what I've heard.
anything. Throw
Yeah,
whatever in the air fryer.
it's incredible. I swear, since I've gotten an air fryer, I have not used my oven
Yeah, I
once.
feel that.
Would you say you're more of a breakfast, lunch, or dinner kind of person? Like, what's your favorite meal of the day?
Ooh, probably dinner. I don't eat a ton of breakfast usually. Coffee's usually my breakfast, which isn't super healthy, but
Feel that.
it's just better when I'm working on music and stuff to kind of not be like in a food coma in the morning. So I'll usually have like maybe like a little fruit or something, and then have lunch and then dinner and maybe some ice cream.
Good choices, good choices. It's interesting that you say that you like wake up so early and you have all your creative stuff in the morning, because I
Mhm.
feel like either that's exactly how people are, but I've mostly heard of creatives like getting that creative push at night. So it's interesting that you're on the other side of the spectrum.
So the funny thing is now I kind of am on the other side. Like that's kind of my usual schedule, but it's kind of shifted a little bit recently. I've been honestly staying up pretty late, just working on stuff. And I've found that to be actually really fun. So now I'm like, maybe I need to like switch my schedule here, but kind of depends how I'm feeling, and like what's going on in my life.
I feel that. I'm sure like once you're really playing shows and stuff and, on the road or whatever you're doing, I'm
Right.
sure you'll get into that routine of like working
Definitely.
at night.
Yeah. It's looking that way now.
That's exciting though. That's what it's all
Yeah.
about, right?
Hmm.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. So, do you have like one person that you would say is your biggest inspiration, or like what do you typically pull inspiration from when you're working on your own tracks?
Right. It's honestly changes every week. I'm kind of that kind of person that my taste is always like changing and evolving. So it's never really like one person that's inspiring me. It's just like something that I've heard that week, which is like just various artists. I try to like dig through SoundCloud and Spotify and stuff all the time and make playlists and whatnot of just music that's inspiring me at the time. Like the recent hyperpop track I released was because I was listening to a lot of hyperpop and just subconsciously wrote a hyperpop song. So I guess the most recent inspiration has been like hyperpop artists. Like I don't know if you know any, but this guy Glaive, and Charlie XCX has been inspiring me a lot. Also, some like wave music.
Oh
A
yeah.
lot of like the stuff that I have releasing in the next few months, not from my EP, but like singles. It's kind of like garagey wave type of stuff.
I
It's kind
love
of its
that.
own thing. It's like a blend of everything I've been listening to, like hyper pop, wave, and garage stuff. So very interesting, but yeah.
That's awesome. I'm super all about that stuff. So that's really exciting to hear.
Thank you.
What was like your favorite band when you were growing up? Or like what did you listen to
Ooh.
growing up that you feel like kind of had an influence on what you listen to now?
Right. I feel like it's totally different than what I listen to now, but I was into like alternative, like rock stuff when I was younger, like All Time Low and All American Rejects, stuff like that. And then Justin Bieber for a long ass time. That was like huge inspiration. Like just kind of basic, like Miley Cyrus, stuff like that. I was super into Hannah Montana when I was younger, and I always wanted to be Hannah Montana. That was like my
Course.
younger dream. Pop star. Um, I don't know. It's been different every year. I was into like rap and stuff for a while, and then more poppy stuff, and then EDM like 4 years ago. Once I started like getting into that, and that made me want to like get into the industry, just because that was kind of like the one that really stuck with me. I've been like into electronic stuff for since then, but I'd man, like my biggest influence in EDM would probably be like Flume. Um, who else? Uh, like RL Grime and Flume probably would be my top two.
Those are excellent choices.
And Porter Robinson. Oh my
Oh,
God, how am I forgetting that?
of
Porter
course.
Robinson. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I got a Snapchat memory on my phone today that I was watching a Porter Worlds live set at the Gorge four
Oh
years
my
ago
God,
today.
I'm
Mm,
jealous. I
I
still haven't
know.
seen him live. I need to.
It's life changing.
Yeah, I've
I'm
heard.
sure you would imagine it,
Yeah,
but it is.
I
Yeah.
saw his what was it called? Secret Sky festival thing. The
Mm.
online. It was really sick. Even just watching it in like that virtual reality thing he has was amazing. I
Sure.
mean,
I heard
amazing.
really good things about it. Do
Yeah.
you do you see yourself going to that festival? It's this year, right?
I think I actually have a festival that I'm playing the same week. So unfortunately, I don't think
That's
so.
okay.
Yeah, I wish.
That's still very exciting.
Are you going?
No, I
Oh,
wish. I don't know what festivals I have planned this year. It's all up in the air right now.
right.
I haven't even really been to, I mean, I'm in Arizona, so we've had a lot of like
Okay.
live events, but I haven't been to like a huge event
Right.
quite yet.
Right.
Have you?
I haven't, not this year. No. Well, I went to the Brownies and Lemonade, their like first show back, which was really fun. It was
It looks
amazing.
so fun. I
Yeah,
saw
it
so
was
many
great.
videos.
Yeah, I made a little guest appearance with my friend More Kismet, which was fun because we have a song coming out next month, which is on the, here's my list, July 23rd.
That's awesome. That's really cool. So you got to perform vocals for that?
So I did vocals for it, but I didn't perform that night. I just kind of like got on stage and we danced
Oh,
around. It was pretty
that's so
cute.
fun.
Yeah.
That's really, really exciting. All right, so tell me one thing that you are like the most excited for right now. It can be anything in your personal life, in your music life, anything. Like, what are you so excited about right now?
Definitely all the music I have coming out, like my EP, and then I have like, oh man, probably like 10 songs until November. Aside from that, that's
That's
pretty
exciting.
crazy. But also the festivals definitely.
That's awesome. Is it weird like trying to adjust back to normal life after being shut down for as long as we were?
Definitely. I'm definitely more of an introvert though, so it's been kind of the same deal as usual with the pandemic. I don't really like go out much to begin with, but definitely trying to be a little bit more social this year now that we had that pandemic, and I kind of have missed socializing a little bit.
Yeah, right? You really don't know what you're missing until it's gone.
Right, exactly.
Awesome. And then the last thing I really want to touch on before I let you go is at Lvnding, we really like to practice gratitude. So I
Love
want
that.
you to tell me one thing that you're most grateful for right now in your personal life and one thing you're most grateful for in your music life.
Okay, my personal life, probably my best friend and my boy. They kind of keep me sane and happy, and they're both like the most supportive people in the world. So I'm thankful for them every day. And my dog, Rue, who's laying down here. I won't wake her up. And then music. Um, my manager, he's amazing. I'm very grateful for him. And then obviously all the music I have coming out and stuff, and just the opportunities that have been coming up. Super grateful every day for those. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, it sounds like you have some really exciting stuff coming up. I'm really excited to follow you along on that journey. And I'm sure everyone else listening is very excited as well. So lastly, anything else you want to plug? Where can people find you on socials? Just anything else before we go?
On socials, I'm just Pauline Herr, which is spelled Pauline and Her with 2 R's. And yeah, I think that's pretty much, you can find me anywhere. I stream on Twitch sometimes, which is just twitch.tv/Pauline Herr. And I'm doing a guest stream with Brownies and Lemonade on Monday. I don't know when this podcast is coming out, probably after that, but
probably. But
so,
we'll link everything down below.
Okay, awesome.
Beautiful. Well, we'll put everything down below. Thank you so much for being here today, Paulina. It was so nice to get to talk to you.
Thank you for having me.